And I remember as a little kid,
How old were you at that time?
I was probably maybe 6 or 7, maybe.
Okay.
And I remember around that time, there was this place called Vasona Park in San Jose. I don't know if it's still there, but this big park where they would throw these huge music festivals. And they threw this big music festival one year with Donna Fargo, Freddie Fender, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, just all the big acts. It's a big festival. And I can remember Vasona Park is huge. So all the kids of all the families that my parents knew were all running around water balloon fighting, and I was in there too. But the second the music came on, I was like, what? And I ran back to the...
Just drew to it.
Yeah, and once I got in there, my dad's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you playing? And I said, I want to watch the bands. And he pulled up the ice chest, those old metal, ice chest.
Right.
And I sat down on it and I watched the whole show. And it was like, wow, that's what I wanted to do.
So at that time, were you thinking guitar, drums, singer? What was you?
At that time, I didn't know. It was more like that was just a fantasy kind of type thing, right? And so as I got a little bit older, my mom had this little upright piano, some piece of crap my dad drug out of Goodwill or whatever. I don't think they even paid for it. It was just, my parents never really had any money. So, and it was half out of tune, but it still made noise. And my mom could play a few sour songs on it, and she taught me a few chords. So I would just sit there and play the chords that she taught me, and I was becoming a little fluent on it. And then I started like humming things, and then I started like writing words down that were whatever I was humming. I started writing, dog and cat or whatever. And next thing I know, I'm kind of writing my own little things. And my mom's like, "Oh, you sound really great." And I said, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a piano player. And then one day, she said to me, I said, I kept pushing that narrative that I'm gonna be a piano player, right? One day, just out of the blue, when she was in the kitchen, I said, "I can't wait to become a piano player." And she goes, she peeked in. She goes, "You're not gonna be a piano player." And I was like, "What?" I was almost kind of hurt by it, her saying that. And she goes, "You're gonna be a singer."